Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure. When we last left off, we had purchased the last purchase of the entire game for us, the boosted Sky Dragon. We also have all of the equipment. We bought every fuel scooper, every backpack, and every rocket. And now we're going to take a ride to the top. We've been to the top in Dimension 2 14 times, and now this is our first and only required ride to the top here in Dimension 1. And so in this video, we are going to do all of these cool mini games, 11 in total, gathering 1,000 gems along the way. And we'll wind this series down at the end of this video. So lots of stuff to do here for us. I'll point out that this is a higher maximum speed than the gem rocket that we use so much over in Dimension 2. So this is the fastest you can go. You can see us whipping past these other rockets that are airborne at a speed of 687 feet of altitude per second. The rank up island here in Dimension 1 is quite a bit higher than in Dimension 2. It's up at an altitude of 34,000, which means that you have to gather a lot more resources in order to get to rank up island here in Dimension 1 than we did in Dimension 2. It just requires 7,500 units of fuel to get this boosted Sky Dragon up above rank up island. We just passed it there. But that's assuming that you have all 39 points going towards rocket speed, which we do. Okay, I'm back with slightly different numbers on the screen. I ended up giving somebody a ride up here. So here we are right above Rank Up Island in Dimension 1. So we hop off in the usual way, angling ourselves towards Rank Up Island. And a little bounce, but no problem. We just keep guiding ourselves. We can jump there. And now we're going to head down one island at a time and take on these 11 never-before-seen challenges in this video playthrough. So spacebar here. Oh, that did not work. I think I needed to hit the spacebar a little bit earlier. No problem. Board rocket. Let's try it again. So that time we hit that island going so fast that we actually kind of glitched through the ground a little bit there, and I think we were stuck. So we try again, and this time I need to hit the space bar before I smack into this island. Okay, so there's my space bar, and then here is Falling Star Island. You come to the middle and you hit E, and then we just need to go collect 10 of these fallen stars. So you just hop off and a little counter will come up telling you how many you've collected so far. We just need 10 total. And you can do them in any order. Did I get that one? I think so. And sometimes they disappear, like that one right by the brick thing disappeared. And we'll grab, well, that one disappeared too. These ones are crafty. They don't want caught. Okay, but we're getting it now. Don't jump off. Just trying to catch these stars. There is a time limit. You can see some of them are kind of disappearing there. And if it takes you longer, if they all disappear before you get 10, then no problem. Just start over here. And you don't have to start over with the 10. It will keep track of how many you've already caught, even if you take longer than the minigame allows. Okay, oh, I should say we should make a note of how many gems we have here at the start of this to make sure that we have caught all of them on the way back down. So 9,400 was my number. Your number might be different, kind of depends on the choices that you made in terms of buying extra bots or not. Okay, so I'm going to try something a little bit different here. I've never tried this before, but there are two sets of stairs on this island, one of them at the beginning of the minigame and one of them at the end. And I've read that if you land on the ending set, then you could just grab the chest without doing the mini game, kind of like we did on the Parkour Island, where we landed right on the little platform with the chest. So let's give this a shot. Never tried it. I held W just a little bit, but I'm not anymore. Waiting to see if I can see this chest here, and then a space bar. Did we get there? Please. All right, we didn't get there, but oh, this is the beginning one. What are we doing here, gang? I thought I was aiming for that one over there. Okay, I'm not going to try again, but I could, if I wanted to, I could click Board Rocket and fall down to Falling Star Island and then just hop right down and see if I could hit that thing on the fly. It's okay. So here's another parkour challenge, and we can double jump on this island, unlike on the Parkour Island in Dimension 2. And the goal is to just hop across these disappearing platforms and make our way to the treasure chest over there at the end. My strategy is just going to be to hop straight across. You're welcome to angle off to the left or right here, but I'm going to go straight across. There is some randomness here, and I think it's kind of luck-based, so we'll see how this goes. See right there, the thing I was about to hop on disappeared from out from under me, and again, and I thought that I was going to teleport. There we go. Usually when you fall down, you teleport right back to the beginning, to that opening set of stairs. Okay, so a few attempts, and you get your gems. If you run out of time, they all disappear, and then you can just start over by walking on that yellow disc again. Okay, heading off. Okay, and in this next challenge, our goal is to collect 20 moonberries. These purple-looking things here. So, moonberry juice drink, 20 moonberries. So, you can collect 20 different ones, or you can kind of make a little loop because these things do respawn after a few seconds away. So, not challenging. I think 20 is a reasonable number, not too long, not too short. And once we've got 20, we'll head back up and collect our prize. Okay, 18 there, and this one can be 19, and then 20 right there. Thanks for the moonberries. Here's your juice drink and 100 gems. Juice drink, well, that's pretty exciting. So you can see it here in our second slot. Pushing 2 takes it out or puts it away. So now I'll click and drink my juice drink. Let's see if we can get a good view here. Maybe something like this. Very nice, tasty, and nutritious. Okay, and heading down to the next mini game. One of these, there's some rocks that we want to avoid. All right, it's not this one, but I did want to take a quick peek to make sure that I wasn't running into rocks. So here we go with this challenge. If you walk in this entrance, you're given a flashlight, which you can put away by pushing 2, but we want to keep it out. All right, so there's 2 paths here. There's the green and there's the red. We're going to do green first, and then we'll come back and do the red. Okay, so every time you walk through one of these green crystal-looking things, your little green meter down below fills up, and we need to fill up this meter and then find red crystals and fill that meter up, and find blue crystals and fill that meter up. I don't think you can hear it, but there are some kind of cool sound effects, like little chimey type things every time you walk through one of the greens. So I do like the sound effects, and I do like the graphics. I think these crystals are looking pretty good. And I like the idea of, kind of navigating your way through a planet maze, like a cave maze. All right, so we're all filled up, but just to really make sure, I'm going to walk through one more crystal as I look at the green and see that indeed it's not getting any bigger. So that means we're filled up. So then we just make our way back up to where we were. There's the exit up there, but we need to go down to the red. So here's my complaint about this mini game. It's just too long. There's red this way, blue this way, and then red kind of back this way. So we're going to go to red first, and then blue, and then the exit is this other red. So it's just too long. They didn't need to make you hit so many crystals to fill up the meter. Like I don't know how many crystals you gotta hit, but I think they could have gotten away with like a half or even a quarter of the number that it takes to fill up. And then to get to blue from here it's a hike. It's going to take a long time for us to get to blue. And I just think it's just too much time. Like some of the mini games are, like 20 seconds, and this one is, like way, way longer. Maybe this is a 2-3 minute mini game. I don't know. It just seems to go on and on. All right, is this the exit? Okay, right. So that red is where we're heading eventually. This is where we just came from, but blue is the last and final crystal color we need to fill up. And so I'll point out we are walking around to the left. We're spiraling around down and left. So when we exit, we're going to spiral around down and right. And sometimes I get confused here. Like there's like different paths, and some of them just lead you off of the planet, which is not what we want. You can accidentally fall off the planet and not get your gems. And look how far this thing is. My goodness. All right, either path is fine here. They both go to the same place. And finally made it down here to blue. Now I've read that there's a massive shortcut if you can find some kind of like hidden small holes near blue on the way back up. And I looked around for it, gang, but I couldn't find it. I don't know where that shortcut is, but if you find it, its location, put it in the comments below. I don't know what to do to make this quicker. I'd love to make it quicker. Okay, but all complaints aside, the good news is we only have to do this mission one time. All right, so I think blue is all filled up. So let's head back up. Either exit here and spiraling up and to the right. So we only have to do this one time, which is yet another benefit of doing all of our many, repeat gem grinds and ranking up in Dimension 2. Is that we only have to do this thing once, whereas we did the Dimension 2 mini games 14 times each. All right, a little shortcut up here. You can see the green. I'll take the standard path, but if you see that shortcut, feel free to take it. Okay, still spiraling up towards the reds here, and green's there, and that was our red path, and here's our exit. So this mini game mercifully completed. 2 to put away the flashlight. And it seems kind of nutty that they only give you 100 gems for this, which is the same thing they give you for everything else. So, like this one might take 10 times as long as some of the other mini games, but it's the same reward. I don't get it, but I'll stop complaining. Okay, again, kind of peeking off here, trying to figure out, okay, so I just wanted to make sure this wasn't the one with the rocks that we need to avoid. So that one's coming up. Spacebar now. And the entrance to this building is right over here. Okay, so the basic idea here is that there's an imminent core meltdown, and we need to click on all of these little red squares. And once and each of these little red squares corresponds to one of those, I don't know what they're called, like rods that are turning off, so we want to make all those rods black. The downside is that these things here will turn back green after a certain amount of time. And so if you get them all green, you quickly hit this core, this big red button here. And that's it. This one can be tough because if you fall behind, a bunch of them start turning back red. And it can be quite challenging to try to get them all green simultaneously. That one's easier if you have a friend or a stranger here working on that puzzle with you. Also, it's easier if you use an auto clicker. All right, so we can see this sort of like collection of, I don't know, asteroids or something, these space rocks. And if we hit one of them on our way to the island down below, then it might bounce us way far away so that we can't actually land on the island below. So for the only time, I'm going to walk off this island, and then I'm going to walk another step or two away from the island. I'll keep the camera like this. So I'm going to push S and walk off the island, and then push S a little bit longer just to clear these rocks. And as soon as we pass these rocks, I'll start pushing W and holding it until we get close to landing, and then spacebar. So S, okay, not holding S anymore. I think we're clear of these rocks, and now ready for W now. And then spacebar for a gentle landing. No big deal if you miss it. Just click board rocket and head back up to your rocket, and then start again. Just hop down one island at a time. Okay, very easy mini game here. You just click the 3 red buttons and unlock the mysteries of dark matter. Okay, that one is complete. Okay, heading down to the next mini game. Spacebar to slow us down. Okay, let's read the sign. Quick, get 20 moonlings to the shelter before the meteor hits. Gang, I don't know what a meteor is, but I don't want to be around to find out. So, just collecting moonlings in a similar way to the moonberries that we did. And I think 20 is a reasonable number here. Not too many, not too few. They do respawn, so feel free to loop around if you want. If you happen to try to walk into this red before you have 20, it'll teleport you to the middle of the island. So can't go in, can't gain access until we have at least 20. If it happens that you rank up here in Dimension 1, and I don't think that you should, because that will not allow you to get the maximum number of gems by the end of your playthrough, but if you rank up here in Dimension 1, you actually don't need to redo this minigame. Like when you rank up and this minigame resets, I have to scroll in to get the E to be visible. So if you rank up here and this minigame resets, then you don't have to do the mini game ever again. You can just walk right into that red thing like we did, and it will still have you with 20 moonlings, in your pocket or wherever we're keeping them. And so you never have to do that one as long as you stay in the game. If you leave the game and then come back, then you have to redo that challenge. But you're following my strategy here, so you're not doing that one at all, except for this one time here at the very end. Okay, so winding it down, I think we started with 9,400 gems at the beginning of this video, and so we're trying to get 1,000 more, so just 2 more gem challenges left. And then one last mini game that won't give gems. Okay, so this one right here is a code that's required, a 4-digit code, and you got to put the 4 digits in the correct order. So if the 4-digit code gets entered, then, oh, there it is right there, then it's a jailbreak, and everybody comes in here quickly. Oh, goodness, there's like 4 of us. I need my gems. Get out of my way. And there's like a 10-second timer. You can see there, these guys were stuck in there, but there's actually hit detection issues. You actually don't even need to do the code. You could just walk right in, just kind of like push your way through, and then walk your way right out. If it happens that you have somebody out here who is willing to push the code in for you, then you can escape. 1423, come on out, friend. All right, 1423 happens to be the, whatchamacallit, the altitude of this island. It's kind of neat. Okay, one last gem mini game to go. All right, this is a little parkour kind of course. The goal is to get to the gem chest. You can kind of see it glowing up there. So we walk up this ladder. Single jump. Oh my goodness, that was a big jump. Took me by surprise. Let's try this again. Okay, single jump here, single jump here, single jump here. The game intends for you to go around there, but you can actually, with the double jump, get on top of this thing. We'll do an easy double jump and head over here, and then right onto the ladder. So that skips a bunch of the jumps. And then you just kind of carefully point yourself in the direction you want to go. I have fallen off many times here. I'll do a double jump here for safety. Another one here, and another one here, and a single jump here, single jump there, and it's still possible to miss if you just walk and you're not paying attention. You fall on that last hole. Okay, so now we are up to 10,400 gems, which is the maximum possible. We have collected all 19,700 gems available by following an optimal strategy where we only rank up in Dimension 2, and we collected all gems and mini orbs right before we ranked up every single time. That's the only way to do it. Okay, double jumps here, another little parkour course. This one doesn't reward you with gems, but with $500, which isn't all that useful to us since we have purchased every single cash item in this game. But in front of the smiling cloud, open your chest and take your cash, 500 bucks. Okay, you could teleport back to pad, but I'll just hop off to show you that we're back at home sweet home. All right, so what is left to do? Well, not a heck of a lot, actually. So let's wind things down here. We've got the maximum number of gems collected, 19,700. How many gems you have remaining depends on the choices as to how you spent your gems so far. So we spent, what did we spend? The first 1,500 gems we spent on a, the best bot over in the Dimension 2, the Zenith Cube. And then we bought our 3,000 gem rocket, and then we came here and much later bought I think it was a 1,600 gem bot, and I would say that's like bare minimum what you need to do here. But we ended up splurging and buying 2 more 1,600 gem bots, and I think that accounts for the difference between how many gems we have and the 19,700 gems we've collected. Okay, so a quick glance at the gem store purchases, just so that we can say we've seen them in this video series. This is a one-time use where you would boost your cash 125% on one particular launch, and that's it. I cannot get behind any single-use gem purchases. This one gives you a faster rocket just for one launch. This one gives you more fuel just for one launch. This one gives you an instant launch where you don't actually have to wait for your rocket to get up to its final destination. Okay, this is interesting. So this is expensive, 5,000 gems, but this gives you an infinite backpack. Now, I do think an infinite backpack is worth something here in Dimension 1, but we have no use for fuel anymore, really. I mean, like our bots are collecting fuel for us. If we just step away from the computer for 5 minutes, we'll have enough fuel to get up to Rank Up Island and then some. So I wouldn't bother spending my hard-earned gems here. Here's a 2,000 gem purchase, the fastest fuel scooper here in Dimension 1. But again, I don't intend to collect any more fuel in this game, at least not manually. That said, I still think that it's fun to play the game, and I'd encourage you to help folks. You know, you just come over and you go up into this little chat window and you say, hey, does anybody want to ride to Rank Up Island, or does anybody need help completing the mini games, or does everybody know where the hidden 250 gems are here? And in Dimension 2, you can offer help up here to find all the life orbs and again give folks rides. But you can see we've got 59,000 fuel, and it only takes for the rocket that we had here. This one takes 7,500 fuel only to get to Rank Up Island because of all our rocket speed upgrades. And if we went with the $1.5 million rocket, it actually takes even less, only 6,000 fuel. Those numbers are written in the description to this video below. And the last thing we'll do is wrap up optional purchases over in Dimension 2. Again, there's a gem shop over there, so we'll take a look. And there's one item I am going to purchase and some others that you might consider purchasing with your precious gems. And so the first few items in this gem shop, let's go ahead and click there, and then we'll claim the pad. How about this one over here? And then we'll head to the gem shop. And so you can see we still have our rocket, 35,000 fuel, plus that bot is going to collect for us anytime we're in the game here in this dimension. So let's head over to the gem shop. And the first few items are for one-time launches only. I can't get behind any of those purchases there. So the first 4 items are the same. Here's an infinite backpack. This one's cheaper. The Dimension 1 infinite backpack was 5,000 gems. This one's 3,000, but I don't need it. I have that Zenith bot. I don't need to manually collect fuel at any point in Dimension 2, ever. Okay, and then here's the fastest fuel scoop, but again, I don't need to manually collect fuel in Dimension 2. This rocket, I think, was a great buy for us at 3,000 gems. Technically, you could play the game through without it, but it saved us a lot of time, I think. And then the last purchase is the UFO. So it says here the UFO does not use fuel, which is great, but it also does not earn cash, which makes it not very useful. So you don't need to buy it. It's just optional. It's not helpful for completing the game, in my opinion, but it looks cool, and so I'm going to buy it just to show it off here in this playthrough. So we'll teleport to pad and check out our spiffy UFO. That is sweet. So it doesn't actually launch from here. What you have to do is either click board rocket, or you can double jump on top. And there are 5 seats here, including this one up at the top. And you can bring 4 of your closest friends and then activate. So I didn't put any fuel in. It doesn't require any fuel. And then it jumps. Jumped 1,721 feet in this case. And so you can see here, there's the tree island. Looks like somebody's almost done with the tree island. And then below that, I think, is the labyrinth, and then the zenith. And then if you want to go higher, don't teleport to pad and then, reset your rocket, but instead, oh, I'm already here. Instead, activate the launch again. And then from this altitude, which is like 1,700 something, we'll jump another random amount. I don't know why I fell off there, but let's board rocket. So now we're like 4,600 higher than the 1,700 we were before. So that looks like the UFO repair. And then let's launch again. And so this is kind of nice if you want to give people, like rides up to Rank Up Island, and you don't even have to spend any fuel to do it. Not that the gem rocket takes that much fuel. I think it's only 7,000 fuel, but this requires no fuel. And like I said, kind of looks cool. So just a proof of concept, that was a puny little launch. Where are we now? So there's the parkour one. So we still have to get up to the cannon and then Rank Up Island. Okay, 4,600, that's healthy. Let's try one more and see where we are. 2214, and maybe another one to get to Rank Up Island. Launch. So I can't see, I think I can see it right there. Is that enough to get us above? Let's see. Yes, here is Rank Up Island at a cost of 0 fuel. which is pretty cool. And you actually can jump here because we didn't jump off the UFO, we blocked off the UFO. So you are able to give folks rides to Rank Up Island at no fuel cost, but it doesn't generate any cash, which makes it not useful for us in terms of all the ranking up that we did here in Dimension 2. Okay, so I think that's about it. I hope that you have enjoyed this playthrough. I hope you've actually been following along, or this playthrough inspires you to play this game. I think it's really cute, quite charming, like I've said before. If you just play it the standard way, you're going to spend like literally hundreds of hours grinding for fuel if your goal is all the things that we accomplished in this playthrough. But the way that we did it, we only had to grind for fuel for maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes in that second video. And then any other fuel grinding we did was optional. And so we got to spend the bulk of our time riding fast rockets and doing fun mini games and ranking ourselves up to the top. So here we are, Master of Planets, rank 13, GTA Failure, right here. And so in closing, I will say that if you end up playing this game and you want to add me as a friend, feel free. I'd be happy to play this game with you. So my Roblox name is GTA Failure 1, GTA Failure, and then the digit 1 at the end. If you're really observant, you'll notice this actually says GTA Fay 1 or 1. That's because my real account, GTA Failure 1, I had already played through some of it when I was trying to make this video series initially. And then I made some changes to my strats, so I had to start over. And so I had to make up this one. But I'm not going to come back to this account. I'm just going to be playing on the GTA Failure 1 account. So feel free to add me as a friend, and I will friend you back. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.